I walked past her door at 9:47 p.m. Her voice stopped me. "No, Lexi, Dad has no idea. Dad's paying the semester by Friday. Mom's boyfriend says we can be in LA next week." A pause. A laugh. "Yeah, Mom, and I've been using that fool's money for years." The word fool sat in the air like smoke that wouldn't clear. My knuckles brushed the wall. My jaw didn't move. I didn't step in. Didn't throw the door open. Didn't demand an explanation. I walked to the end of the hallway and sat in the dark, back against the wall, breathing so quietly it felt unnatural. Her voice was a thread I kept pulling, every word unraveling a life I'd built blind. 3 calls, credit frozen, my name stripped from the cosign, home title locked. No hesitation. That night, I placed an envelope on the kitchen table, tuition canceled, car keys inside, divorce papers dated. The house was silent when I left. By sunrise, there were 45 missed calls, all from her. I didn't answer any of them. Instead, I sat in my car at the pier, letting the gulls fight over scraps while the tide pulled in and out. My daughter's voice was still there, layered over years of trust, layered over every bill I'd paid without question. Lexi wasn't just a child anymore, she was a weapon, a sharpened thing aimed at my wallet. Her laughter had a truth in it. Not the awkward slip of a teenager, no, it was clean, practiced. She'd been saying these things for a while. And my wife, her mother, had been listening, feeding it, planning an exit. LA wasn't random, it was far enough to sever me cleanly, but close enough for her to keep the money flowing if I stayed blind. But blindness was gone now. In its place, precision. I didn't rage, I didn't drink. I wrote down names, dates, transactions. Every small memory began to warp. The emergency deposits, the sudden tuition increases, the trips that were for school. They weren't lies, they were investments in my gullibility. And I'd been a good investment. I started with the bank. Every transfer traced, every receipt printed. I built a map of theft in neat columns and rows. Her mother's account showed deposits that matched my withdrawals, funneled in small amounts to look accidental. A drip feed I hadn't noticed until now. Then the phone records. Lexi's calls to her mother's new boyfriend spiked after tuition payments. The LA number appeared 3 weeks before the semester even started. I smiled at that detail, planning ahead. How responsible of them. Next came the quiet work. I contacted the registrar. A polite woman informed me that Lexi's tuition had been paid in full by an outside source at the start of the semester. My payments? They'd been redirected for her living costs. Living costs? I requested copies. Had them couriered to my office, not my home. For 3 days, I let them believe nothing had changed. I poured coffee. I asked about her classes. I paid for takeout. Inside, I was tightening the rope. Not to hang them, to pull them. The documents arrived on a Wednesday afternoon, neat manila envelope, neater handwriting. All of it stamped, signed, and legal. Every payment I'd made went not to the university, but into a personal account, her mother's. And from there to joint expenses with the boyfriend, rent, furniture, 2 tickets to LA booked for next week. I drove home. Lexi was in the kitchen. She smiled. "Hey, Dad." I placed the envelope between us. No words. She opened it. Her eyes slowed as they scanned the pages. I saw the exact moment she reached the LA receipts. Her pupils tightened. She started. I didn't let her finish. "You've been practicing that laugh for years," I said. She blinked. It's perfect," I said. "Every mark falls for it once." Silence. Her hands trembled on the papers. I set my phone on the table, pressed play. Her voice filled the kitchen. That night, that call, that laugh. Lexi's breath hitched. "Dad, no," I said, calm, measured. "This isn't a conversation. It's a closure." She reached for me. I stepped back. "You'll find the car keys are gone. The tuition's gone, the credit line's closed. And your mother? I slid the divorce papers onto the stack. Will be served by Friday. She looked small then, not because she was caught, but because she realized there was no doorway back. I picked up my coat, her voice cracked. Where are you going? Somewhere my money isn't. I didn't drive far, just enough for the streetlights to look different. I parked, sat in the stillness, and listened to the silence that comes when a weight finally slides off. No satisfaction, no grief, just absence. For years, I thought loyalty meant staying, that providing was proof of love. But love without truth is just funding someone else's freedom. They wanted me blind. I left them staring at the light. The calls started again. I let them ring. And when the last one ended, I deleted the number I'd memorized before she was born. Not out of hate, out of clarity. I wasn't her fool anymore.